Lawless season kicks off with leaks dropping non-stop, and we're finally getting a clear picture of what's coming in the new season. But that's not all. Epic has packed in tons of mysteries and teasers, and we're about to break them all down. How did the final event end? What's this new Midas-related game? A first look at the new Battle Pass and Season 2 mechanics, and most importantly, hints about the main villain of the entire chapter. We finally got the season's big conclusion, and saw exactly what Daigo was up to right under our noses. Turns out, Jade's older brother wasn't working with the demons, he was actually trying to stop them. His methods weren't exactly clean though. The sprites he threw into his ritual blender probably wouldn't call him a hero. Either way, Hope, Kendo, and Jones decided to back him up, not wanting him to face the final battle alone, even though they were nowhere to be seen during the event itself. Handed Daigo the Rift Blades, the ones we forged during one of the storyline quests. Now, let's talk about Daigo himself. He had everything he needed to completely obliterate the demons, but right at the start of the event, a shogun knocked him straight into the snow, nearly smashing his head like a watermelon. The only thing that saved him? His mask, which cracked from the impact, sending both fighters into another dimension. Most likely, this was a limbo between the human and spirit worlds, and what we saw in-game were just their astral projections. Meanwhile, Shogun X tried to steal our souls and drag them into the spirit realm, but as you saw, he completely failed and got shattered by the Rift Blades. Sounds like a happy ending, right? Not even close. The portal to the spirit realm collapsed, unleashing waves of energy. At first, people thought this was Midas's power at play, but that's not the case. The golden glow was actually tied to the kintsugi technique, the same one Daigo used when opening the portal. For those who don't know, kintsugi is a Japanese restoration method where cracks in broken pottery are filled with gold or silver, creating beautiful patterns. Basically, Daigo's masks, infused with this golden energy, were what activated the portal. And when the portal exploded, that same golden energy spread across the island, setting the stage for Season 2. As Jade puts it, gold always brings greed, conflict, and chaos. So it makes perfect sense that the next season is all about a gold-fueled crime wave. But there's one big problem left unresolved. Jade also hints that the real battle is still ahead. The darkness of the spirit realm wasn't destroyed, it's just getting stronger. And worst of all, it still holds the 0-point fragment, meaning that in future seasons, we might be facing a world-ending threat on the scale of the Avengers. But that's a problem for future us. Right now, we have teasers for Season 2, officially titled Lawless. And I think you already know what that means. Epic's sticking to their tradition of heist-themed seasons, making this the third one in Fortnite's history. Personally, I'm still holding out hope that on February 21st, they'll surprise us with something fresh and original. And of course, what's a heist season without Fortnite's gold-obsessed mastermind? As expected, Midas is back. Epic just can't leave this guy alone. They keep milking him like he's the last cash cow in the barn. Then again, Midas has a massive fan base, and most people are hyped about his return. Some are literally buying the Battle Pass just for him. Based on and inconsistencies for now, we'll break all that down in a dedicated storyline video. Right now, we need to figure out where the action is going down and what changes are coming to the map. We already know that one of the new locations is Crime City, a lawless crime hub where chaos rules and thieves run the streets. The name itself stands out. Before the gangs took over and renamed it, the city was called Crimson City. No idea where exactly this was on the island before though. Nothing matches up. According to insiders, Crime City is set to take over the Warrior's Watch, right near the portal. Not surprising, considering how much gold is just lying around that spot now. Meanwhile, organization logo. And no, it's not the Fox Clan emblem, though at first I thought the same thing. But after digging through my locker, I found a few clues pointing to this being the Wolf Clan's logo. For example, if you look at the one of the back bling from Chapter 4 Season 2, you'll notice it looks almost identical to the teaser logo. Keep that in mind because we'll come back to it later. Another key takeaway from the teasers is the new heist mechanic, which got leaked a few seasons ago. Back then, it wasn't clear how Epic planned to implement vehicle theft and car hacking, but now it all makes sense. The new season is introducing armored cash vans that transport gold and high-tier loot. Players will be able to hunt these vans down and battle it out with other squads to claim the rewards. To break into them, Fortnite is adding a new consumable. This thing burns through metal like it's nothing. Crack open one of these vans, and you'll walk away with gold and rare weapons. The whole system works kinda like train loot fights, except now, there's way more chaos and interaction. That's all the info we have on the new season for now, but who knows? By the time this video is up, something new might have dropped. Now, let's get into the real hype, the Battle Pass. As always, we're getting 8 skins, all fitting the season's theme, except for Sub-Zero, who kinda sticks out. Feels like he's showing up late since the whole ninja and samurai theme is literally ending. Either way, we're getting a massive Mortal Kombat collab, and alongside Sub-Zero, his eternal rival Scorpion is also landing on the island. Epic is bringing in new mythic abilities, including Sub-Zero's Ice Gloves and Scorpion's Harpoon, which lets you pull enemies in. And of course, the first skin that immediately stands out, Midas. No clue where the criminal mastermind has been hiding all this time, but one thing's for sure, dude definitely found himself a solid stylist. A lot of questions are circling around that badass-looking wolf standing off to the side. There's a good chance this could be the old friend of Midas that Goldie mentioned. At the very least, he's got the dangerous Lawless vibe that screams he's ready to make some big moves. That said, I'm still not 100% convinced this is actually a wolf. If you look closely at his fur, you'll see pink rift markings, a signature trait of all kitsune. On the other hand, his snout and jawline are straight-up wolf features. Plus, let's not forget the Wolf Clan logo we already broke down. Bottom line, it's possible this half-wolf, half-something else, is leading a new faction taking over the island. I'd bet this furry bandit is gonna play a major role in the storyline, and we'll get to learn more about him soon. And if you wanna add him to your locker, you'll need to grind to level 100 in the Battle Pass. But let's be real, with how easy XP farming is nowadays, that's barely a challenge. Now, let's talk about the big deal. Yeah, you heard that right. Epic teased this green dude all last week. He even showed up at a cosplay contest, flexing his new album Tasty Boys. If you have no clue where this oversized cucumber came from, let me break it down. And decided to rob banks. Classic Epic. They always throw a meme skin into every battle pass. The rest of the skins don't stand out as much, except for the girl with the traffic cone on her head, which you can unlock right at level 1. Other than that, the lineup seems solid. Nothing crazy, but there's something for everyone. Of course, judging an entire battle pass off one image isn't really fair, especially considering each character will have at least one alternate style, some of which might look completely different. If I had to rate it based on what we've seen, I'd give it a solid 7 or 8. Drop your own ratings in the comments. And don't forget, we're breaking down every new teaser and mechanic over here. Thanks to recent events, we're even more convinced that the 0-point shard landing on Oninoshima wasn't random at all. Turns out, when it hit the ground, the meteorite shattered into pieces that scattered across the island. And as we remember, the impact released so much energy that it activated portals to the spirit realm. And what's the first thing the demons did? They took the biggest shard from the crater. If the demons stole the shard, that means they either know exactly how powerful the 0-point is, or they're following someone else's orders. Right now, the biggest fragment of the 0-point is trapped in the spirit realm. The demons are using it to open portals all over the island. And they're not just doing it for fun. The more magic leaks into Oninoshima, the weaker the balance between dimensions becomes. Eventually, once the balance completely collapses, the spirit realm will merge with the human world. And when that happens, the demons will get a massive power boost and take back control of the island. If you forgot, demons were actually the first spirit realm, even through the portals, because our spiritual energy is too weak. And even if we somehow made it in, we'd immediately get turned into pure energy. Basically, we need special artifacts to boost our spiritual stats. But wait, you're probably thinking, Punk, what about Jade? She's literally drawing symbols and writing stuff on the other side. That's true. But remember what happened in the last update? She actually had a spirit mask that let her cross over. But something went wrong. The mask cracked, and now she's stuck in another dimension. The only thing that saved her from turning into a floating energy orb, and without our help, there's no way for her to make it back. Now, Hope, Jonesy, and Kendo are trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. break into the spirit realm to rescue Jade, while also grabbing the 0-point shard. To pull this off, they need to... Just a reminder, our legend has already visited tons of alternate realities, not just the Zero reality we're familiar with. So now, Marvel rival superheroes, Genshin waifus, and literally anyone else can drop in, farm some crystals, and do their thing. Meanwhile, it turns out our heroes aren't the only ones looking for 0-point shards. The demons already sent their own hunters to stop the loopers. And if you put 2 and 2 together, that means the spirit realm already knows about our plan. So we're gonna need a new ally, someone who knows exactly how the spirit realm works. And the perfect person for the job? Night Rose. There's just one small problem. She's still under the influence of a powerful demon. If you're wondering how she got to this point, long story short, we'll temporarily free Rose from the puppeteer demon. And once she's back to normal, she'll drop some major intel. She knows someone who can lead us straight into the spirit realm. But there's just one issue. She won't say who it is. Which means, for now, their identity is still a mystery. Maybe it's not even a person, but another demon. Meanwhile, another huge threat is creeping onto the horizon, Dago. And this guy, way more complicated than he seems. Based on the new loading screen, it looks like he's actually trying to save Jade. His portal on the mountain near the Warrior's Watch. That's the portal he's planning to pull Jade back through, and he's not coming alone. Along with her, he's bringing Night Rose's soul, rushes out of the frozen portal, and suddenly, the island turns into because the masked one is hiding way more than it seems. To activate the portal, Daigo is most likely using forbidden magic, the same kind of power that once almost destroyed Oninoshima. If you take a closer look at the loading screen, you'll see Daigo is drawing energy from the gates, and something tells me this isn't gonna end well. Plus, standing right next to him are the demon guards. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't seem to be stopping him. If anything, it looks like Daigo has made some kind of deal with them. This theory gets even stronger when you check out the latest update, which added a small event at the Masked Meadows location. We're supposed to help Butterdog take down a squad of demons, and I have a feeling they didn't just show up randomly. And if you visit Daigo's workshop, you'll see something even crazier. A bunch of sprites locked in cages. And before you ask, no, you can't free them. Fail. Causing the human and spirit worlds to collide, triggering a new war and massive devs really want to dive into this storyline. One season definitely won't be enough. Right now, we barely have any information on this dimension, and considering how much effort Charlie Wen and the team put into Oninoshima's backstory, it wouldn't make sense to wrap it all up in just one season. So yeah, Daigo's storyline still raises more questions than it answers, but I'm 90% sure that his actions are what will lead to another war. At the same time, more leaks about next season are popping up, and according to sources close to Epic, Chapter 6, Season 2's theme will be a heist. Yeah, that would make it the third crime-based season in Fortnite history. But apparently, this one is going to be different. Remember, there's still a massive 0-point shard sitting in the spirit realm, maybe even more than one. And there's a good chance we'll have to break into the spirit realm